All right, so here's a quick video on how to do commercial accords. Um, so I've saved some accord apps. In general, we would be doing most things through the system, but especially as we're getting new people and not doing a lot of commercial, I also want to create a way to make it very simple. So accord forms are forms that are used for commercial insurance that you can't go direct through a carrier. And accord is just it's kind of like a nonprofit, like an insurance entity nonprofit, and they're common accepted forms that any insurance carrier will accept, right? So it's a way to standardize the insurance paperwork process. So all this is PDF fillable. Basically, you're going to go in, you'll put our agency info, your info. You don't know carrier, that's fine yet. Here you're going to pick what you want. Like this is you telling the underwriter. You almost look at this as like you're ordering dinner, right? We fill this out. We then send it off to an underwriter or an MGA or a broker. They have several different names, and then they will shop for us, right? So we would say, okay, I want property and I want general liability. Those are probably the most common ones you'll see, okay? You'll put effective date, name the client, phone number, things that you don't know, don't worry about. Not all of this has to be filled out, like GL code and SIC and any, don't worry about all that. If you have tax ID, that's great. Contact information of the client. Address, this is important. Revenue, if we know that. Square footage. Here you're going to put what they do, so sort of what is it. If we had any mortgage information, we put it here. Here are some yes/no questions. Almost all of these are going to be no. A lot of them are. Okay. Are you a subsidiary of anyone else? Blah, blah, blah. And if you don't know or aren't sure, for now, it's probably best to either check it no or leave it blank. Okay. Most of these are going to be no. Is a business placed in a trust? Safety violation? Sexual abuse or molestation in the past? If we know any prior carrier info, we want to put it in here. If they've had any losses in the last 3 years, this is important. We'd want to put that here. Okay. And that's the 125. That's sort of the main form that is used on any type of commercial insurance. Then the 126 is general liability. Okay, so we'd fill this out. Normally 1 million, 2 million is pretty standard. Schedule of hazards, you're just going to put what it is. So is it a restaurant? Is it a contractor? Is it a business? If you're not sure, leave it blank, and you can email to the underwriter. You know, maybe a website or whatever industry the client's in. Most commercial insurance is based either on payroll, square footage, or revenue, depending on what type of risk it is. You don't have to know how the underwriter is going to base it, but just that you get all three of those. Like when I first started in the business, I would put all three of those right here. You know, I would type in revenue, you know, 500K. Actually, I'd type it all out. 500,000. Payroll, you know, 150,000. Square footage, you know, 2,500. Okay, so that way they had all of that, and then they can fill in or they can work with what they need. Again, going to be some yes/no questions. The claims made, employee benefits, contractors, products, and completed ops. You can literally leave that blank or click no unless it's a contractor or they actually manufacture things, which most things don't fall into those, okay? Then the generic yes/no questions you've got here. Again, yes/no on all these. Most of these are going to be no. That's your 126. And then your property form is your 140. Now this is important. Here under subject of insurance, you would type out literally what it is that you want. So you'd put building. And then, you know, how much coverage are you looking for the building? For the building, depending on what it is, you would run a commercial replacement cost estimate. You can get that on Travelers. Other videos I have on that to explain that. But once you run that estimate, let's say it's a warehouse and it's 10,000 square feet and it's metal. Most metal buildings we do at $50 a square foot. So that would be 500,000 in coverage. So I'd literally put that there. Coinsurance, we'd put 80%. That's typically what we want. Valuation, sorry, I keep doing tab, it doesn't like the tab. Valuation, we always want replacement cost. That's what RC stands for. Causes of loss, we type special. That's the broadest form of policy. Deductible, I normally put 2,500. And then forms and conditions, I'd make it clear, do we want wind or X wind? We certainly recommend wind. Some clients will say, no, I don't want it. And then down here, this section, don't worry about that so much. Additional coverages, spoilage. Construction type, that we would fill in. Year of updates, pretty much assume everything's been updated in the last 10 years, or if you know specific updates. Year built, and area. Those are probably the most important things. If there were any other coverages that the client wanted or we'd recommend, it could be like business personal property, which is contents. Your client would just have to tell you how much they have on that. You know, that may be 150,000. Maybe they want business income. Say their revenue's $1 million a year, and they say, I want to make sure I've got 6 months of business income. You put 600,000. Okay. And I realize some of these you may not know. You obviously can call, text me, ask me. I'm happy to help. I'm just trying to give you some ideas of what some of these things are. Again, you almost look at it as ordering at a restaurant, and you're telling the waiter, hey, I want building, I want personal property, I want business income. Okay? And then that's really it. They do give you an extra page if there's multiple locations. So you'll fill all that out. You'll save that as a PDF. And then you're going to send that into the underwriters, to the various underwriters. And again, we'll do separate videos on that, who different underwriters are, how it works. Certainly, you can just kind of ask me for now, and I can get you the info and explain where you would go with different types of risks. So again, keep at it, dream big, make it happen. Have a great day.